Okay, but we're gonna go with this because it really doesn't matter what I look like. I showered today, so you guys are, I mean, that's an accomplishment for me during self-isolation quarantine. Well, we're not technically in quarantine, but practicing our social distancing. So I wanted to chat with you guys today of just about, oh good, I look fine. Whew. Thank you, thank you. But truly I wanted to, like I said, last week, I just wanted to come on, do a few of these lives, chat with you guys. I did a meditation last week, a yoga practice last week. Today, I just want to chat with you really quickly about some of the few oils that I'm using this, like while we're home and while we're all just trying to stay happy and healthy, while everybody is home. And yeah, and then tomorrow I'm going to be showing you guys another meditation. And then I'm going to be actually diving into a few different groups. So again, go back to my stories. You can check it out. On Friday, I'll be chatting more about like the idea of simplifying and decluttering and all of that. I'm going to be chatting about that over in that group that Sarah Swain from the Great Canadian Woman has set up. It's an amazing group. There's some amazing people in there dropping such great content. So again, you can check that out through my stories. And then I have a bigger webinar that I'm doing with a close girlfriend of mine. And she is just like a wealth of knowledge, particularly when it comes around nutrition. And she is just, just a woman that she just walks her talk. Like she just lives everything she preaches, and I have a lot of respect for her. So I'm going to actually do a joint webinar with her on Sunday morning, and we're just talking about our big top tips of what you can do just to stay sane, stay happy and healthy during this season. So if any of that stuff interests you, go back to my stories from today or click the link in my bio and you can get connected into those groups. But I just wanted to chat oils today. You guys obviously know that I live, breathe, eat my oils daily, truly. But as we go into this different season right now, and as we are, emotions are running high, this is a very, if I'm really, really honest, this has been a very emotional time for me. It's been very hard to be away from my family. I have a big, beautiful family, and we are all very, very close. And we're dealing with illnesses in our family that we're trying to manage around. And so I am stressed. I am a bit more stressed. I was fine a few days ago, but man, oh man, things have changed. And so I just want to chat with you guys about how I'm supporting myself with my oils today. Obviously, I'm doing lots of other things, but today I just want to chat with you about my top 5 oils that I'm using right now. And some of these are oils that I use all the time, and that doesn't change, but there's definitely some switches to a few of my routines. So first and foremost, as I mentioned, I think we're all stressed in some point. Like even if you are healthy and happy, your family is healthy and happy financially, everything is fine. Like we still feel the weight of the world right now, and it truly is the world. And so for me, having the oils to support myself emotionally has been massive because, like I mentioned, things haven't been easy, and this is probably going to get a lot worse. At least in my life, there's going to be situations that are going to get worse before this gets better, and I have to be able to deal with that. I have to be able to move forward because I have a daughter here. My one niece is actually staying with us at least for the next couple of weeks during this social distancing, as my one sister works at the hospital. So we are trying to just like really do our part in being distant, but trying to support each other as well. So for me, emotionally, essential oils go in a lot of different directions when it comes to our emotions. And a lot of it does have to do with your preference. I mean, if you hate the aroma of an oil, obviously it's probably not going to be very comforting. So depending on what you're drawn to, whether it's more like the tree oils or whether it's more like the citrus and like mints kind of uplifting piece, there might be different options. But for me right now, because I feel like every day something's changing and every day I'm having to switch gears, and it feels like a lot of information to process for me. If you've never heard of this blend, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. It's called Balance. And, the thing about balance is that it's not steady, right? If you ever had to like balance on one foot in a tree pose, maybe in one of my yoga classes, or if you ever balance on a bike, riding a bike, it's not about being static. It's not about being still. It's about learning to sway and move. And so I love that they call this balance, because that's really the aroma. That's what it brings me to, is that it doesn't make me totally still. It just allows me to find the flow, right? Because that's what we need to truly balance. So this is really a blend that is made either for the diffuser. I actually wear it all the time. I have a roller. I have the roller of it as well. This stays in my office where I'm at right now. That is on my desk all the time, 24/7, because whenever I need to just get grounded, get focused, this is the blend I go to. But I love to even just have a drop, put it in my hand, rub it together, and do that little cup over the nose and mouth and breathe. I know that sounds silly or stupid if you've never tried it, but honestly, we know the power of aroma, right? That aromatic piece, it connects with that limbic part of our brain. That's that control center for our mood and our memory. And you cannot negate the fact that certain aromas instantly will bring you back to moments of your life, right? Certain perfumes will remind you of people that have passed, right? And I always joke in classes when I teach about this part that apple pie will always remind me of my dad, like the smell of like freshly baked apple pies, because my mom always did most of the cooking when we were younger, but my dad, for some reason, would make apple pie from scratch. And so it's that piece of that aromatic piece that connects with our brain that is so powerful. And the wonderful part is now this aroma just instantly brings me into like a big breath and calm and feeling better and feeling more controlled. So again, it's one that's really just made to either wear. Sometimes I'll just throw it like in my hair in the morning. That's a nice way to like move around the day. One of my little tips is also, I have another one. I have a lot of Balance in my house. I keep one of these in my nightstand. So Balance is one of our few blends that's actually pre-diluted a little bit. It has a bit of fractionated coconut oil in it. So it's nice because you can put it right on the skin without having that sensitivity. And I love to keep this on my nightstand for those nights that I do happen to wake up in the middle of the night, and I might, if I'm waking up in the middle of the night, and I usually sleep pretty solid, it's because I am overwhelmed. It's because I am stressed and my mind hasn't processed everything it needs to process. And so when I have those moments in the middle of the night where I'm like, just go back to sleep, I love to pull this out of my drawer of my nightstand, and I'll put a couple drops in my wrists. I'll even just put a little dab right under my nose. I know we're not supposed to touch your face, but I'll put a little dab under my nose, and it will instantly calm me enough, and I can focus on that aroma, just counting down some breaths, and it will help me go back to sleep faster. So if you're someone that's struggling with sleep right now, a girlfriend of mine messaged me and she said that, she's like, is anyone else like not sleeping great because of all, and again, not because anything's insane in her life, but just because this is all so much to wrap our heads around. So absolutely, first and foremost, Balance, the grounding blend. We need to get grounded so that we can move forward. And that's the oil that seems to always bring it in with me, is those tree oils, right? So just to give you an idea, of the aroma. So this has like spruce, um, and like camphor oil, frankincense, blue tansy, chamomile, osmanthus. So a lot of those like tree oils. Balance and adaptive. Yes, adaptive is one of our newer blends. For those who don't know, adaptive is really made for stress. So that is actually another really good one to go to. But balance is kind of, because it's such a, balance is ingrained into my memory at this point. So it's a very comforting oil. And since I'm not, I mean, it's nicer outside, we're getting outside, but I loved being able to bring those kind of like earthy tree forest aromas in. I always say, like, if you just like, I have a little cabin in the middle of a forest, that's where my happy place would honestly be. Okay, so a couple other things. Well, 4 other oils. Like I said, I'm going to do my top 5 that I'm using right now. So I still love my lemon, and this might seem like a really simple oil right now. However, this is like sunshine in a bottle. Like, the aroma is fantastic for our mood as well. So I love popping this in the diffuser. I also love throwing it in like my water. So this is just obviously a mason jar. If you follow me, you know, everything is in mason jars in my house. And so I just keep filling this up. I put a couple of drops in there a few times a day. I find lemon, this is what I teach as one of the most simple tools that you can possibly do to like shift your energy, shift your the way your body's even working. Adding 1 or 2 drops of lemon to your water daily, and just drinking, like, you know, a decent amount of water, ideally, right? We say like half your body weight in ounces per day. Huge shift in energy for people, way better digestion. And for me, I find that just having that flavor in my water, it's helping curb my cravings a bit. It gives me that little bit of flavor, that little bit of brightness. I don't deal well with a lot of acidity in my water. So having like lemon water all the time, it doesn't work well for me. And I know it doesn't work well for a lot of people. So again, there's no acidity to it. It doesn't have any of the vitamin C though. So, I mean, if you do well with having like real lemon juice in your water, I mean, by all means, because you're not going to get like the vitamin C that we probably need right now. But it does absolutely bring that, just that freshness and brightness. Like I said, I also love this in the diffuser. Super bright and refreshing aroma, really clean. We're inside a lot right now, and that can feel dingy and tight sometimes, you know, especially like dingy on those gray days. That's what it makes me feel, like dingy and like gray. So I love putting lemon and actually peppermint in the diffuser when those days are feeling a little too gray for my liking. So that's my second oil. Peppermint is my third oil, and this is to get me going, honestly, because when I am feeling a bit overwhelmed and when I am stuck at home and I can't leave, and you also have to realize is that I'm really used to having a lot of alone time. I work from home. I've worked from home for the past 3 or 4 years now. You know, my husband usually works. He's usually gone. My daughter's usually gone to school. I am used to having like a solid 8 hours at home by myself. And I am not getting that right now. And so part of me just wants to stay in bed. And there's nothing wrong with sleeping in and all of that right now, no judgment. But I still have a business to run. I still need to get up and make breakfast. So peppermint, I love to throw in the diffuser in the morning, just to, again, give me that little bright, uplifting piece. If you really struggle with waking up in the morning, put this on your nightstand. Okay. And then again, just grab it first thing in the morning, put a little drop in your hand, rub it together, big breath in. Like that is just, it just opens up the airways, just gives you a big fresh breath. Like if you've never experienced doTERRA's peppermint and how this opens up your airways and gives this like mentholy, cool, refreshing breath, please reach out and let me know. I will send you a sample because this is just, it's too good not to share. So that has been a lifesaver for me. And again, like putting something like lemon and peppermint, a lot of people, if you have oils, I know some of you already have your oils, grab these two, throw them in the diffuser because it's just going to be super fresh, super bright, super clean. And we need that right now. We need that kind of energy in our homes. So peppermint has been just a godsend, honestly. I love it for cooking and things like that. But for me right now, I mostly use it on that aromatic piece of putting in the diffuser, taking those big breaths when I need a uplift. Like if you don't want to do your workout, I get it. One, be gentle with your body during stressful times. If you're really stressed and overwhelmed right now, and if a good workout helps you clear your head, fantastic. But more gentle movement right now is going to be ideal. This can help, again, give you that little bit of kickstart, that little motivation. Because if you're not breathing fully, right, when we're stressed, right, even when I'm presenting like this, because I talk fast, I don't take those big breaths. And so when I put that peppermint close to my face, it's just like I can feel it like right through my lungs. It's just gorgeous. So pull out your peppermint. Use it to not only just clear the air, but to, like I said, give you a little pep from peppermint, right? That's our whole little saying. The fourth oil, and this will come at no surprise if you have doTERRA's oils or you've been following for any amount of time right now, all the On Guard. This baby sold out. So doTERRA, if you're not familiar with doTERRA's On Guard blend, this is our protective blend. It helps support our immune system. And obviously that is the number one thing that we all need to do right now for ourselves, even at home. Even if you're at home and you feel healthy, we need to still be supporting our immune system. This is not the time to dive into all the sugar. This is not the time to take on all the new tasks, right? This is the time to fuel yourself well and support your immune system in all of the good ways. Good food, good oils. So On Guard, we are using daily. In the diffuser, again, this smells like Christmas. I remember I seen these memes where it's like, we should just like pull out the Christmas lights, like decorate the tree again. And part of me is like, I get it, right? If we're going to be stuck inside, this is how we need to do it. But On Guard is our protective blend. And so it is such a popular blend on a normal day that they have a whole product line around this. Like we have our hand sanitizer mist that sold out very quickly. And we have hand soap and cleaning concentrate and all sorts of wonderful things. But the main piece you need is just one bottle of this, because this is going to be, you can use it in so many ways. You can make your own hand wash really easily with this. You can add this to your cleaners at home to help, as an extra cleansing agent. For me, I'm taking this internally every day. I actually take this in I always say this, if you have a little like tickle in your throat, this is a great oil to use. Okay. Again, we all still need to wash our hands and follow all of the other, good sound advice we're getting. But every day I am just gargling, a little bit of warm water, a drop of On Guard, gargle, and then I'll swallow that. And I actually do that with one other oil that I'll chat with you in a second. But this is like cinnamon and clove and orange. Again, smells like Christmas. Amazing for our immune system. And for the kiddos who aren't likely going to just like swallow this back, it's spicy. Okay, clove and cinnamon, those are hot oils, so it can be a little spicy on the tongue. I love to just dilute this. Again, if you have rollers, those are great, right? For the little ones, you put a few drops of On Guard in there, fill the rest with coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil, or jojoba or almond oil, whatever carrier oil you choose, and use that. Rub that along the spine, around the feet of your kiddos daily, right? It's just a great way to support their immune system right now. So the other one, the other oil, so On Guard, everything in the diffuser, help clean the air in your body, on your body, all the things, right? All the On Guard. Again, there's a reason why this is like selling out almost as fast as toilet paper. The last oil, and this is one that not everybody has, and it's definitely on the higher end, but nothing is more important than my health, and that is Melissa. So again, this is a small bottle compared to our regular 15 mils, and she's definitely a little bit pricier than the rest. But Melissa is also known as lemon balm, for those who don't know. And so it has that like, it's like a mix between like lemon and lemongrass. It has this like little meld in the middle, okay? If you're familiar with those kinds of aromas. But Melissa, as much as, I do not like the taste of this. So what I'm doing right now, just so you understand how I'm actually using this, is 1 drop of On Guard, okay? And 1 drop of Melissa. And then I gargle that with a little bit of water and swallow. I'm doing that once or twice a day for sure. Usually morning and night. I try to do that. Again, just there's so many things I can't say online, but this is if you are looking to, again, just support your body right now in the best way that you can, I highly, highly recommend looking at adding at least a drop or 2 of Melissa to your daily routine. If you have this at home and you've been waiting, say you've been a doTERRA customer for a while and you've been stacking up some points, now's the time to cash those in, people, right? This is unprecedented time, and it comes for an unprecedented kind of oil, okay? Melissa is a powerhouse of an oil, and it is one that truly everyone should have in their cabinet. I have to say it's not one I use all the time because it is pricier, and so it kind of sits on the shelf like this little like golden jewel. But I realize like now what am I waiting for? Who am I waiting for, right? Who's more important than like myself and my family and our health right now? Nothing is more important than that. So those are my top 5 oils right now. The Balance Blend, again, smells like trees and just keeps me grounded. Lemon in my water all day, every day. Peppermint, this is actually moving now beside my bed because I need to get out of bed quicker because my morning routine is off with everybody home. But again, just to help wake me up, keep it fresh. On Guard, this should be, use this all 3 ways: aromatically in a diffuser, topically, right, diluted topically on pretty much anybody in your house. And if you feel comfortable with it, I would be taking a drop of this internally, whether that's in a veggie cap, you can do that too, in a veggie cap, or in, like I said, just a little bit of water, which is what I do. We use all the On Guard products, which I love, right? Like the toothpaste, the mouthwash, right? Anything in the mouth is like, our oral health is highly connected to our overall health. And so making sure you are taking good oral health right now is really, really important. So On Guard is that 4th oil. And like I said, last but not least, she is one of the queens of oils, is Melissa. And again, I'm taking a drop of On Guard and a drop of Melissa a couple times a day, every day right now, to support myself as best as I can. Because like I said, you know, my husband he went out and got groceries, and we did transfer my niece into living with us. And so, you know, there are possible things that have come into my house in the past couple of days, and I'm not gonna wait around and just hope that everything is fine, right? We have to be proactive, right? This is why social distancing and this like physical distancing piece is so important, because it's, you know, we are being reactive, but we're still trying to be somewhat proactive, right? We're not still going to be wandering around when we know that we need to do our part in hopefully flattening this curve and taking care of ourselves, right? We are in our homes. It is up to us to start taking care of ourselves. And I think that like now is the time to look. Maybe you're looking at this and you're like, crap, maybe I do need to look at taking care of myself in a different way. Because I know so many people who have reached out to me because all of a sudden they feel very disempowered because we depend so heavily on the medical system. And don't get me wrong, super grateful, super grateful for the medical system. It has, saved my life and other people's lives that I love, and I am grateful that we have it. But it has limits. And us, the most responsible thing we can do, absolutely in a pandemic, but even on a day-to-day basis, after this is all done, the best thing we can do is continue to take care of ourselves first at home. It should always be that first. We should always be looking at natural pieces first. And then when we can't, right, then we go and we get, bigger advice. Maybe we need medication, etc. But most of the time, in the past 5 years, truly, we have needed next to nothing from the medical system other than obviously my cancer scare a year or so ago. And again, grateful for the medical system, truly, truly grateful. But we need to start at home first. And so that's why I wanted to take one of these days and just share with you simply how I use these oils, because it is easier to support yourself by taking On Guard and Melissa every day right now than it is to try to overhaul your whole diet. Don't get me wrong, nutrition always needs to be a part of this, but my nutrition's not perfect right now, but at least I know I have all these other supports as well. Right? I'm not eating salad for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. No. Did I have some cookies? Yes. Because I'm stuck at home. It happens. But I'm taking care of myself the best that I know how in every other way. Drinking my water, using my oils. And this is what I'm going to be diving into further, is these other areas on Sunday. So again, if you are looking to just learn more about taking on a little bit more natural lifestyle and how to actually implement that, what are the really important pieces to focus on right now and as you move forward, then click the link in my bio after this and register for Sunday's webinar. Because again, a girlfriend of mine and I are joining together because we just felt really called that people need this information and we want to give it to you. So there's some great prizes and giveaways if you show up live. So check that out. And always, if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. And otherwise, I'm going to hop off here. I had to leave a mean game of Monopoly to come on here. So I better go check that out and see if my 10-year-old is still playing or if she's gone bankrupt. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be showing you guys one of my favorite meditations, which is going to be so helpful. This meditation is one of my favorites when it comes to acknowledging the negativity, acknowledging the things that aren't working right now, helping relieve that stress and moving forward. So I hope you guys will join me tomorrow. I'll be popping on around 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Talk to you guys later.